foundation of human understanding teaches an observation exercise, often called meditation, which permits you to become objective toward your problems and allows your heartaches, bad habits, fears, and anxieties to be completely eliminated from your life without effort on your part. Until you have begun to practice this exercise, much of what you see and hear on the following program may be shocking and upsetting to you. But if you will listen calmly and with an open mind, you may discover the key to the peace of mind and joy for which you've been searching all of your life. And now, from the foundation of human understanding, here is Roy Masters.
Hello.
There's willfulness everywhere. The stronger will overcomes the less strong will. We all have to have something that represents a will of some kind. Otherwise we can do nothing. But the word is willful, which is full of it, if you to put it. And that's very dangerous. Damned if you succeed and damned if you don't. Because if you're going to be willful, there's going to be people who are willful, you're willful too. And you infect them with that. So they become willful back again. And if they don't succeed in overcoming the champion one who infects you with it, then you turn around and you become willful to somebody else weaker than yourself. And basically it's just deceitfulness and anger. Because if you weren't angry with the person who is willful, playing the role of God, but a dark one, because no person can be willful except he be God. Now, I have a will, but it's not my will. It's thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So you are subject to one will or the other. And so what you've got is willfulness. and therefore your journey and the outcome of your existence represents that. One kills you forever, and the other one makes you live forever, alive. But when I say kills, everybody sheds the body, but the spirit of you does not die, whether it's in heaven or hell. I don't know what hell is like, but I can smell it when you see what's going on in the world, and then especially in America, where this shouldn't be happening. But slowly but surely, those forces in this world who are psychopaths and sociopaths, and they take the form of manly and feminine, masculine and feminine. The masculine one will eat your liver, and the other one is feminine, sweet, nice, kind, do all kinds of things for you. Oh, what a wonderful. So he's serving your will. He serves your will, but he has a bigger will. And if you yield to that will, you're yielding to a God that isn't God. It's really a dark side of the force with a different countenance. See? And so, but willfulness is intoxicating. Willfulness is everywhere. And there's people who are subject to willfulness, but then the subject to willfulness serves the willful one. One is a bigger willfulness than himself. Then he turns around and is willful to another person. Now, the willfulness contains anger. There's only a release from the anger when you get what you want. Finally, the tooth is... Now we have a smiling face of 4 people in front here. Now, how are you doing?
Working on issues.
Yes, you've been stiff. You've been stiff most of your life. I've known you God knows how many years.
God knows, probably more than
Yeah,
30.
but you're a lot sort of looser, more naturally self-controlled.
Mm-hmm.
You can be so tight and to want to do the right thing.
I'm always so worried about other people's impressions of
Yeah.
me.
But you shouldn't care at all.
Right.
Why should you care? It's only because you've been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
If you really stop and think about it, we have to change a little subject matter just because the young lady just came in. But still, I know this young lady for a long time. She was like this. Hello, how you doing? All right. And so you're much better.
Not
It's
everybody says
clear.
I'm much better, but
Oh, yes, I can see it. I can see it. It's a credit to you. Now, all you have to do is stop. I understand. I do understand, but I haven't really asked you the question about your background and your family. But something must have happened there to make you want to be a good person. But it became stiff and rigid and obedient.
right.
And a servitude kind of obedience to want to be the right thing,
You want to be a
do the
martyr.
right thing all the time, and it just will wear you out because you're willing, you're pushing, you're forcing, you're trying to overcome your whatever it is you're trying to overcome. See,
It's
the
I think
effect.
again, it's my will
Fine.
that's trying to make be good.
Yes, but you can't be good because you don't know what good is. All you get is stiff. See, it's just all tied and angry, inside angry because anger seems to make you strong. But at the same time, it makes you guilty.
Right.
See, and so then you feel guilty. Then you want to be nicer. You feel guilty. You want to do more. And then people either appreciate you and encourage you, or they take advantage of you, and then you're angry again.
Yeah.
There's no way out. There's no way out. I'm going to sit down here. There we are.
In the meditation exercise,
Yes.
you said to sit down in the chair and just do it religiously. Do it because you
Well,
should.
not religiously. The
Wrong set of words.
Which meditation are you referring to?
I have all your meditations.
The most important one right now is to succeed with the simple one.
Okay.
The simple one is only 7 minutes. It has no religiosity in it. And it's necessary because the meditation has to be worldwide. And just in different languages, but to avoid all the different religions or sacrilegions. See? So it has to be done so that it overcomes all the overcoming factors that has driven men to thousands of different philosophies and religions and craziness. There's only one religion, and it isn't religion. We don't need a religion. What we need is a good heart in ourselves from our Creator. I remember going to, I'm Jewish, and I don't like going to synagogue. But when I went there, it was just gobbledygook.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my friend and myself, we looked at each other. Is this religion? I mean, in Hebrew, they're just babbling. And then you go to the Christian religions, and everyone says something different about what Jesus says. You're listening to the spoken words of people who have the chutzpah. The chutzpah is a Jewish word, I think. The noiv of interpreting what God wants. And then you're listening to it, and it sounds good, but you don't know what the hell you're doing. I mean, the words don't work. The words don't work. The words don't work on the page. But there's something in the pages that could make it work if you could understand what the word means. For instance, love. That's important. But love could also be appeasing. Wow, it's not the same. I mean, it does look like love because you're an appeaser, but you're an appeaser because you're broken. You haven't got the love of God, so you feel like something's missing. You're just angry. And I thought, well, I don't want to be like my angry father, angry mother, so maybe I'll just be nice and kind. And it works, because people do respond to kindness and goodness, and they don't know, what's really going on inside your head. But the point is, sooner or later, you will become a codependent on a person liking you and loving you. And then you feel a sense of worth. But that sense of worth is worthless, because the more you do for that person, the more he becomes dependent on you doing it. And so it becomes a scrambled egg,
But in the meditation, just sitting down and getting quiet, feeling my hand, feeling the place in my head where thoughts occur, it's just being quiet. There's something that happens. A kindness comes into me that I've never known. And then as I go out into the world, I can see it dwindling away, and I have less and less of that kindness in me. Mm-hmm. And then I need to go back sometime in the middle of the day or whatever, like you said, and recharge. And then it comes back.
Yeah, but the thing is, you give me the clue when you said the recharge. Mm-hmm. And this is not, a place where you get recharged. The meditation is not a charging agent. It is an introduction to your Creator, to be still and know Him. See, and then the words know is also a problem with language. See, so because you can't ever know Him in that sense, but we got no other word. Be still and realize Him. I don't know what other word I can use. Be subject to. To understand that He's your Father, and there's an order. And there's a sense of purpose you cannot give yourself, and all of a sudden you realize that of yourself you can do nothing. And so you can play with words like that around it and give it a dressing that it deserves. Means of yourself you can do nothing. Jesus said it that way, and that is as clear as it can be. We always think of Jesus as a God, and He's not. Because He'd be doing the same thing as the willful person is playing God, because will is a God. And there's two kinds of wills, the will of the world and the will that created the world, right? So there's something missing here. How do you find the will of that created the universe and the world, of course?
Yeah. How do you?
So you can't. And so there's no way you can explain it, but knows that he's made you in his image. And looking at you is not a compliment.
True.
Excuse me, putting it that way.
Getting old.
But it's the same thing, you see. But the point is, there's got to be a purpose. And you cannot give it to yourself. And if you think you can give it to yourself, you've been deceived. You're better now, aren't you? Yeah, good. Thank you for support, ladies and gentlemen. It was a difficult subject today, but I thought it was necessary. Thank you.